The next greatest to tread the earth after Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu, none other than Umar ibn Al-Khattab radiallahu anhu. He was known as the ambassador of Quraysh. He was a strong man. He was well spoken and very, very feared. He used to drink so much. He made his own idols and he worshipped them. This man hated Islam and the Muslims. That everyone who Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam spoke to, he would quietly go afterwards and tell them, you better not listen to this man. And here comes Hamza ibn Abdul Muttalib. He was out on a trip. Someone told him, do you know, your nephew was beaten up by Abu Jahl. So Hamza ibn Abdul Muttalib got so angry. He went to beat up Abu Jahl. He was the uncle of Umar ibn Al-Khattab. So he was very upset that my uncle was actually beaten by Hamza. And he said, I'm going to sort this man Muhammad out. He walked out with his sword. On the path, he met Nu'aym. He saw Umar and he asked him, where are you going? He says, today I'm going to execute Muhammad. So Nu'aym ibn Abdullah tells him, you know what? You have a problem in your own family. Why don't you start with them? They are openly Muslims. So he diverted and he knocked on the door of his sister, flung the door open and walked in and started beating up his sister and brother-in-law. She began to bleed. That's when the soft spot was struck. And immediately he stopped. And he said, look, what were you people doing here? So she said, we were reading the Quran. Where is it? I want to see it. They told him, if you would like to read this, you first need to wash yourself. The verses he read were the opening verses of Surah Al-Taha. And Umar ibn Al-Khattab radiallahu anhu was drawn to tears. And he said, take me to Muhammad. He walked into the house of Al-Alqam ibn Abi Al-Arqam. They allowed him because Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam had made a dua, oh Allah, strengthen Islam by one of the two strong men, either Umar ibn Al-Khattab or Amr ibn Hisham, who was known as Abu Jahl. So as he walks in, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, oh Umar, enter the fold of Islam. And he says, Ya Rasulullah, inni ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu annaka abduhu wa rasuluhu. At that moment there was a takbir that was heard all the way to the Kaaba. He says, oh messenger, are we not on the right path? What are we fearing for? Let us get up and go and pray at the Kaaba. He got up and they made two lines of people. Hamza ibn Abdul Muttalib was the leader of one and Umar ibn Al-Khattab radiallahu anhu was the leader of the other. Then they marched all the way to the Kaaba and that was the first day they prayed right at the Kaaba and the people of Quraysh did not know what to say. Suhaib al-Rumi radiallahu anhu, he says, when Umar accepted Islam radiallahu anhu, that is when we became powerful. We could sit in groups in public. We could tell people we were Muslim and no one dare lift a finger upon us. The day that Umar ibn Al-Khattab radiallahu anhu migrated to Medina Munawwara, he says, oh Quraysh, I am leaving to Medina Munawwara. Anyone who wants their mother not to see them again, anyone who wants their children to be orphaned, and anyone who wants their wives to become widows, see me on the other side. So when Umar ibn Al-Khattab radiallahu anhu took the reins of leadership, he was the person who started the use of the Hijri calendar, who gathered the people in Taraweeh in Ramadan. Because before him, they used to read in small groups. He said, let us read in one group in the masjid. He put Ubay ibn Ka'b in the front radiallahu anhu, and he said, we will all read behind you. He was the first person who created a proper army, who created the police department amongst the Muslims, who built roads between cities and towns. He was known as Al-Faruq, the one who distinguished. But there came a day, there was one person, his name was Abu Lu'lu al-Majusi. Whilst he was leading Salatul Fajr, he stabbed him 6 times. Abdul Rahman ibn Auf radiallahu anhu managed to get hold of him, and when that happened, this man committed suicide and died. And Umar ibn Al-Khattab radiallahu anhu fell down, and 3 days later he passed away. What a great man, what a powerful man. So this was Umar ibn Al-Khattab radiallahu anhu.